It's on my YouTube page. It's not like Ethan is going to watch Israelism. It's not like Ethan is going to talk to Simone Zimmerman. He is going to probably react to Simone Zimmerman in the same way that he has reacted to Sam Cedar, in the same way that he's reacted to Felix Biederman. Well, he just refuses to acknowledge my Felix, but he's going to react to the same way that he has reacted to a number of different Jews who are committed. But enough about Ethan. Brother, this is an entire conversation that revolves around defending Israel's mass starvation of children.
Well, Sam, allow me to speak for all Jews, if I may, today.
Please.
No, but actually, I mean, that's a total mischaracterization, which is kind of my problem with Hasan, which we can get into if you want. We don't even have to talk about Hasan. But no. Basically, what I told him was that I was citing polling data that shows that about 70 to 80% of diaspora Jews have some kind of positive feelings towards the state of Israel. And he was disagreeing with me. And I mean, this is available by polls, readily available by Pew Research just last month, showing that, and I don't know if you agree with that or not, I can pull it up, but 72% of diaspora Jews have some type of at least positive feelings about the state of Israel.
Say 90%.
I was stating that fact to him, and he was saying that I was wrong. And I said, "Who are you to talk about this?" I did not say that. I only a little bit of presumptuous and a little insane. To me, that seems like extremely dangerous, dehumanizing language about what could arguably be 70% of the Jewish diaspora. But it also describes 73%
so
of
that
Jews.
is not anti-Semitism. That is about
I don't know. What do you call it when somebody's discriminating against the vast majority of a racial or religious group? What are we doing here? It's irresponsible language.
What is this clipping, chatter?
He's tokenizing Sam when he brings him up. When he brings up like this fringe group of Jewish activists that represent like maybe 1% of the Jewish diaspora's opinion on things as like the mainstream opinion. I'm speaking for Jewish people when I say that explicitly, which he does not include, that I'm referring to actual polls, actual data that shows that like 80-90% of Jews consider this based on polling, based on data. That's what I'm talking about. You're just a racist piece of shit. You're some white savior loser. If you look at polls, it says indisputably that 80-90% of Jewish diaspora support the state of Israel existing. Okay, which technically would make them all Zionists. Right. That is objective truth. It's available in data and polls everywhere. When 80 to 90% are. So it's like a clever little game they play to be openly anti-Semitic. Like, no, we hate Zionists. 90% of Jews, by the way. It's just so dude. It's just so So they have this clever game where they hate Zionists, not Jewish people. But very few Jews are Zionists. Don't worry. Even though again it's 90%. Easy to look up, easy to verify. People continually always lie about that without ever showing any evidence to support it.
I don't think you'll ever understand that this makes Judaism look bad, okay? This makes Jewish people look bad. It's a false interpretation of data that ends up associating all Jews with the actions of Israel, which is an apartheid state that is doing a genocide. That's precisely the reason why Nick Fuentes and Ethan Klein are literally one in the same on this issue, okay? I don't know why he can't comprehend this. This is unironically the same shit that Nick Fuentes says. This is the same shit that Ian Carroll says. This is the same shit that Candace Owens says. It doesn't make any sense.
And always ignoring the data that says otherwise. It's just sad, man. It's sad. Unless they're the most like fringe Jewish voices for peace type of activists, then they're Zionist scum. Like, their area of like acceptable Jewishness is like probably maybe like 0.25% of the Jews in the world. And then whatever, man.
For one, Ethan Klein claims that 90% of Jews are Zionists.
True. Factually, provably. One of the...
No, it's not 90% now. Now he's backed away. He says 70% now.
Consistent lies you'll hear people like Hasan saying. They have to convince themselves that 50% of Jews are anti-Zionist because if they knew that...
No, I don't have to convince myself of that. I've also never said that. Okay? I don't know why he's just like arguing against a made-up version of me. I don't care what percentage of Jews are anti-Zionist. It's ridiculous. It doesn't matter. Even if 100% of Jews were pro-Zionist, they were like, oh, I want Israel to do everything. I think Israel needs to continue doing what it's doing. I still would be an anti-Zionist. It makes no sense. This is not like, well, okay, 100% of Jews are Zionists. What now? Does that change what Israel is doing? Does that make it right magically? Like, I'm sorry. What the f does that mean? Oh, the percentage of people that agree with me isn't what I care about is wrong, even if no one else agreed with me. Exactly.
Are anti-Zionist because if they knew that 90% of Jews were Zionists, it would be too obvious that they're actually just anti-Semitic. Look up polls. Up to 80 to...
Yeah, it would be anti-Semitic. Okay, like what doesn't... Bro, don't you understand that you are associating anti-Semitism with a positive value here? Like being anti-Israel is not a bad thing. Okay, it's a bad thing to you because you're pro-Israel, but being anti-Israel is the correct position. Israel is a state that is doing so. Of course, being anti-Israel is being against those things. Okay, you are literally personally associating a positive value, being against Israel, with anti-Semitism. It does not make sense to me. I will never understand it. Okay.
90% of Jews consistently say that the state of Israel is important to them. Boom. That's all it takes for them to be a Zionist in the eyes of someone like Hasan. That's it. It's provable. It's checkable. It's verifiable. It's yeah, it's just a lie that it's not true. It is true. Look it up, literally. I'm being dead serious. If you know a Jewish person, they're going to have the same reaction. Talk to them. Prove me wrong. You know what I mean? Who's not like a radical leftist Jewish person, by the way, which is probably like 1% of them. But online, they make it seem like that's all the Jews. It's not. I encourage you guys to talk to your Jewish friends.
Oh my God. Remember during the hashtag Stop Asian Hate campaign during COVID, how the left backed them up and everyone rallied around them? Similar happening to the Jews right now. And the same people are telling us to shut the fuck up. This is 100% of the Jews I know. We all feel it. Yeah, last year being Jewish. Nikot 777, thank you for the 20 gifted subs. Oh my God, he did this? He did this shit too? God damn. God damn. This shit is such weak sauce, dude. Holy. October 16th, 2024. God damn. Being a Jew has been harder than I've ever experienced this year, not just in this community, but in general. I've lost lifelong friends simply because I'm Jewish. Ethan, I hope you guys know that there are so many people who love and support you, who look up to you both, standing up for the insane amount of anti-Semitism we're all facing. We look up to you guys to feel less alone. And we do, but it's so hard to watch. It's so hard to feel. A portion of this community has gone complete shit, and it's scary to see, specifically with the crossover between us and Hasan's community. Seeing Ethan's Instagram stories right now literally made my stomach drop. Nobody who isn't Jewish understands or even cares. At least that is what it feels like. Bro, the solution to this is so simple. It's just like, take the anti-Zionism pill and you will realize that a lot of this is just like personally brought about hysteria. Not to say that anti-Semitism isn't a real problem, but this isn't about anti-Semitism. A lot of the animosity that you're experiencing is because people are shitting on Israel and you are associating yourself with the state of Israel for no reason. You are, I don't know if this person themselves are actually Israeli, but even if they were, a lot of people of America in the aftermath of 9/11, and that was perfectly warranted. That was perfectly deserved. And as an American citizen, I also have shat on the United States of America. So even if you were an Israeli Jew living inside of Israel, as Israeli Jews in this chat are perfectly aware of, it is perfectly justifiable to shit on Israel. None of that is actually anti-Semitism. While there are some people who claim that they hate the state of Israel, but actually what they hate is Jews, you can make up your own mind on people such as that. You should not be automatically assuming that every single person that despises the state of Israel, which isn't a state that is doing a state where there was a literal January 6th style rebellion to be freed from prison because they had Palestinians to death in the concentration camp of Sde Tayman. This country is no longer operating in the way that you would understand liberal democracies to operate. And the quicker you recognize that and the quicker you remove this association, the easier your life will be. You will otherwise forever be in this bind where you think everyone else is unjustifiably getting upset at this one singular Jewish nation state. It must be because they hate Jews. Oh my God. A year ago, his subreddit, I saw a post from a Jewish person saying beautiful words which are pro-Palestine, that Ethan should listen to his point of view on why people are mad at him. The post was removed within hours. Oh my Lord. Do you have a video of when you had Simone Zimmerman and Noah Colwyn? It was a good break. It was a good stream breaking down Zionism. Yes. It's on my YouTube page. It's not like Ethan is going to watch Israelism. It's not like Ethan is going to talk to Simone Zimmerman. He is going to probably react to Simone Zimmerman in the same way that he has reacted to Sam Cedar, in the same way that he's reacted to Felix Biederman. Well, he just refuses to acknowledge my Felix, but he's going to react to the same way that he has reacted to a number of different Jews who are committed anti-Zionists. He does not care. It makes me feel like I'm losing my mind when I see stuff like this. When people go, I'm being personally victimized because of my Jewish background, and no one seems to believe me. And there is validity to these claims, of course, because anti-Semitism is a real problem. Anti-Semitism also ends up exploding in times of Israel's activity in the region. Okay, because Israel itself considers itself to be the Jewish nation state, the nation state for the Jews. Israel also has dedicated a healthy, well, I guess rather an unhealthy amount of money into doing propaganda to convince people that it is for the Jews, and that if Israel did not exist as the Jewish nation state, that is a state, by the way, that is a state that is currently doing, that they claim they're doing in a way to advance Judaism, for the record. Again, totally ridiculous, no different than ISIS. Okay, if Israel wasn't able to do all those things, a Holocaust would happen immediately everywhere in real time, all around in the Western world and also in Israel. It's crazy. It's so hard. Yeah. Nobody who isn't Jewish understands or even cares at least what it feels like. I'm not speaking about Zionism, Israel, Palestine, or anything related to that. I'm speaking about being Jewish. Every time I see a TikTok, someone saying they're Jewish or wearing a Star of David necklace, or people who know they're Jewish, but the video has nothing to do with, every comment says Zionist or free Palestine or supporter or terrorist. Oh. What's crazy is TikTok is crawling with people trying to defend Ethan from weird communities. What? What? Wow. I wonder what communities these guys are coming from. China is assessing the situation after U.S. officials reached out to relevant parties multiple times to seek tariff negotiations. A spokesperson for the Commerce Ministry said in a statement on Friday, this is breaking news. There you have it. There you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you that eventually they would extend a olive branch. And lo and behold, here it is. China will now stabilize global trade. I think. I don't know what Trump will do in this process, though. So it's still up to Trump. Kind of hypocritical if you be calling him obsessed when you farm his content, just like the same. I hate Ethan, don't get me wrong, but you seem kind of obsessed back. I'm about to debate him tomorrow. That's part of the reason why I've watched a bunch of Ethan clips today. But someone actually did a keyword analysis, and Ethan Klein actually mentioned me since the end of last year. I think he mentioned me 1,840 times or something. Like an insane amount. So, yeah. It's actually kind of interesting because this is the one day where I actually covered Ethan Klein as much as he covers me every other day. So, you know, how much you mention him? I don't fucking know. This is before you factor in all the Instagram posts. This is before you factor in all of his own personal videos on his own personal YouTube account. The U.S. is the one who reached out, though. I mean, yeah. If China wanted to continue destabilizing global trade, they would continue posturing in the way that they have been. It's not like they started this shit. That's why I said that they will inevitably extend an olive branch. Are you factoring the button? I mean, I'm going to be live on my own channel. So this was the tweet. Yeah. Got everything back from the last episode of Leftovers. Transcription is slow. Not becoming a member law. If anyone has those, hit me up. 1,038 times. Shit, he mentioned. He said shit 7,218 times, though. He disabled the transcript on the Cedar debate video. That's a song with 2 S's? No, that's just how the tool scrapes for my name. In any case, tomorrow the debate will be at 12:30. I'll be live at my regular time as I always am. But